Hello everyone, Jacob Rich here, and today we're going to be playing some more Metaphor ReFantazio. So,
what now?
I'm not sure what I was doing, but is this, okay, now this is afternoon, so we have to do something in the nighttime. Gotta fix my audio here, okay. And,
Alright then.
just figure out what we're going to do here today.
Alright then.
Let's go.
Now we can talk to Hulkenberg, Maria, Barden. Let's do Barden. We're in quite the predicament. Barden comes to mind, maybe I should talk to him. Talk.
I can't believe what?
It's you. How fair are you in your travels? For you to be in Martyra, of all places? But I shouldn't pry. I'm sure you've some urgent business or another, and I shan't make you tardy for it. Like what?
Thank you.
1 second here, guys. Where's my chat? Hold on, guys. My chat's a little broken here. It's the only one that works, but it barely works sometimes.
The truth is,
I wanted to consult with ye and the blither about picking a new ruler for the town. Of course, ruler isn't quite the word. Wouldn't own land like a lord or anything, but still, it's a right important position. We're establishing a town governor, which is distinct from a lord. I think that's what's best for the town. For the most part, the townspeople agree on self-governance, as there's quite a lot of distrust of power after what happened with Lady Joanna. It may seem like the townspeople are turning to extreme courses of action, but the new lord did allow us to self-govern, which is all well and good, but here's the rub. I think the fellow's best suited for the position is this one clergyman. He's a fine man, he likes the idea, but darn it all, now everyone is clamoring for me to be the governor. You're well suited for it. So you think it's a great idea too? Well, I couldn't disagree more myself. I'm too weak a man.
still, though.
I've been put on a pedestal as some noble knight who put everything to right. It's a dretch, I'm no hero. It was all thanks to the lot of ye. But I could say that all day, and they'd still want me as governor. Everyone wants to feel safe. They want to know there's someone nearby they can rely on. I sympathize with that, but I'm no ruler.
Got to say,
Do I have what it takes to lead them? Everything's a challenge. Everything's worth doing is always a challenge.
Wait, what?
Is it always?
True.
I do remember hearing that the closer you get to your breaking point, the greater you become. If that's true, we can't become better men without a challenge, can we? Thank you, friend. Talking with you has helped me come to a decision. I'll represent the townspeople, yes. I'll become governor and restore the whole place. I'm not sure if I'm the man for the job, but I'll give it everything I've got for the good of the town. Considering my lack of experience, it'd be great. I'd be grateful if you keep advising me.
Don't worry your head.
I may not have the skills you do, but I will serve faithfully so that I can be a true hero in this town like you. I can sense Spartan's extraordinary determination and faith in me.
I'll do anything for this.
Reduces the mad cost of studying the commander lineage. Spartan, you finally decide what to do yet? I know you care deeply, but we're all sick of waiting. Don't make me decide. I need to lead you. God, I can't read. Well, rest easy. With you in charge, those sandworms have been a right pain. But you seem like a take charge kind of man.
Don't you worry.
Too true. A sandworm attack would devastate Martyra. I'll work up some countermeasures. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Don't work too hard now, big man.
Well,
Go ahead and remove childcare from your job skills. Well, yeah, they hated it when you chased them around during hide and seek. My wee ones were bawling and screaming something awful. They still cry from the memory of it.
whoa.
That's how you play Hunter and Prey. If they screamed, it was just proof they were playing it right. But anyway, I swear to you, I am determined to protect this town.
My thanks.
Thanks for your time today. I have a great deal of work to do. Great deal of work to even begin paying you back, so do stop by again. I parted ways with Barton and returned to the group. There are more people in Louise Gotten Runner at night, so you'll need to sneak in during the day. Make sure to secure an infiltration route to Louise's room before the day of the soiree. Back to the Brilehaven Tavern. I hear your voice. I need to push myself harder. As May comes to mind, maybe I should talk to him.
I'm just
This is nighttime now.
All right then.
I need to push myself harder. I forget how to secure an infiltration route now.
What now?
Let's check our quest. Got 17 days left. Okay, I don't have to worry about that yet.
Ah, it's you.
Why, hello there. For all the time we spend in battle, it's good to rest our wings every once in a while, eh? I've been thinking I ought to resume the training drills from my Shadow Guard days. The battles ahead will demand no less of me. Much apologies, but if you have business with me, might we discuss it another time? I'm afraid this training is tailored to UG stature. It's not a thing for you to learn. It'll help me understand you. My overflowing eloquence. I was able to convince Hesme of the significance of observing his training.
I see.
I see. I suppose knowing the fighting style of your allies would help broaden your possible strategies. Yes, that sounds reasonable. Mark my technique closely then, and you'll learn the ways of the Shadow Guard. But proper training does take time, a significant amount of it. If you mean to tag along, I hope you're ready to be here a while. Yep, I'm all set. Well said. A bit cramped here, though, isn't it? Let's go to the woods nearby. Come on.
Now then.
Let's start with a little test. See if you can keep up with my movements. If your reactions are fast enough to match me, you win. Now, let's begin.
Huh?
You're wide open. From here, it'd be simple thing to slit your throat. You were careless. I couldn't keep up.
All right.
I'll do it as many times as you like. Don't rely on sight. You must sense through your very skin. Your enemies aren't going to wait for you. Your body must move on instinct to buy time for your mind. How do I do that?
Well,
How indeed. Finding these answers is also part of the training. There's no clear answer, no correct way of improving, but at the very least you can decide what you aspire to.
then
You want to keep going? That seems enough for one day. Shall we share a drink then? Let us retire to my castle. Back on the runner. I found some fine spirits for myself, but even Ambrosia would be tasteless when drunk alone. Would you like a cup of tea instead? Yes, a bracing drink, but nowhere near as good as the spirits back home. What did it taste like? What were the drinks from your hometown like? Let's see, clear as the night, like nostalgia in a bottle. Wonder when I'll get to taste it again. It's a taste my boy will never know. It's been a long time since I abandoned my home. My son died without ever seeing that village. He looked up to the knights, you know. He had a stout heart in that little frame. Might have grown up to be a fine knight himself had he lived. Another wish unfulfilled, I suppose. I'll never forget the day I cremated my son's body and mourned his death. What do you mean by cremated? Alright, everyone else buries their bodies as they are without giving them to the flame.
the truth is,
It's the way of the youth, boy. We burn the bodies of the dead, leaving only bones. The soul is freed through fire. Once released from the body, they go to their place in the beyond. Then those who remain must lay the bones to rest somewhere suitable for the deceased. However, I have yet to find a place fit for my son to take his final rest. I can't imagine he'd be happy for his bones to be eternally moving and disturbed.
I apologize.
Apologies, I shouldn't be talking to you about this. Let's find this place. Let's find this rightful place together. You have an important mission to accomplish. No room for detours of any inconvenience, boy. I can't put that burden on you. It's for your son's sake. Still, we could do it. It's for your son's sake, isn't it?
Thank you.
I thank you for your kindness, truly. I'll do my best to return this favor through my efforts as your comrade. Thank you again. I toast them to submit our vow. You and a cup of delicious tea.
Cheers.
Yes, a toast, but not to mark my regrets. To commemorate our coming together and to the beginning of mourning. I can sense Hesme's heartache for his departed son and his trust as a friend and ally.
My boy.
Thief Enlightenment reduces the mag cost for studying the thief lineage.
My thanks.
You can say this for any time when you're free, lad. I'm grateful that you've helped me, though, and I dare say tonight I'll rest well.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Luisis.
day of the soiree is approaching. We need to secure our infiltration route to Lewis's quarter before then. We must reclaim the formula without rousing suspicions. Then, at long last, we will finally have the means to break the prince's curse.
Let's make it happen.
The prince's fate is in our hands. This plan is risky, but we have to see it through.
True.
16 days until Louise's soiree. Let us proceed with the utmost caution.
Hey, listen!
Hey, it's finally Forgiveness Day. There's big sales throughout the city, so let's make sure we don't miss any. I hear a voice. I want to talk with Mister. I miss him. Maria comes to mind. I should talk with her. I want to talk with Mister. I miss him. Marie comes to mind. Maybe I should talk with her. We should talk.
Mister!
Oh, Mister, you're here. That reminds me. I have Nero's drawing. I think Maria would be happy if I gave it to her. Give one to Maria. I gave the city ruins drawing to Maria. This picture seems kind of sad. Does no one live in this town anymore? I told Maria about all the memories I made there. I see. So there's really a place like that outside of Grand Trad? I have more of Nero's drawings. Should I give them to Maria as well? Give one to Maria. I gave the Peregrine Falls drawing to Maria. Wow, what a huge river. And that thing, it's a waterfall, right? I've never seen one of them before. Do waterfalls always have faces under them? Told Maria about all the memories I made there. I see, so there's really a place like that outside of Grand Trad? Thank you, Mister. I'll ask Miss Fabian if we could hang them up on the inn's walls. If I look at the picture, I can finally stop feeling lonely because I think of you on your journey, and you can come back and look at them too, right?
By the way,
I have something to tell you, Mister. I talked to Miss Fabian and I wanted to talk to Papa too. I wanted to ask you something too. Actually, never mind, it's nothing. Tell me what's on your mind. I want to go to the cathedral. Miss Fabian, she said that Papa was always watching over people. So I thought that if Papa was watching over me too, then maybe I could talk to him if I went there. Let's go. Okay. The guard at the entrance reluctantly let us in at Maria's pleading. I wonder if Papa heard me. What did you ask him? I told him that I'm sorry.
by the
I
way,
thought Papa had abandoned me, but I was wrong. I told him I was sorry. Miss Fabian said I could tell her anything, so I talked to her about a whole lot of things. I told her about Papa and how lonely I was after he was gone. She listened to me. I was wrong about that whole time. Papa must be happy. I'm sure your Papa's very happy for you. Yep. Mister, Papa's job. Do you think I could do it too? Miss Fabian told me his job was to make sure everyone is okay. I love when Papa made sure I was okay. When I cried, he'd give me a really big hug that always made me feel better. So I want it to be like Papa. I want to make sure everyone else is okay too. Oh, but I don't know how to fight. Does that mean I can't do it then? You can do other things. Instead of fighting, why don't you concentrate on making people feel happy? That's really all I have to do?
okay.
Okay, then first thing, I'm going to make sure that Miss Fabian is okay. Hold on a second, guys. I wonder what I could do to make her happy. What's something that Miss Fabian want? It says she doesn't need anything like pretty clothes, so I'll stick at flowers and some snacks and a new sign. She always says the sign got beaten up by the weather. If I make it look pretty again, do you think that will make her happy?
Wow.
Alright, I'll do just that. I'll make her a new sign. This one will have Papa and Miss Fabian and me and you all smiling together. It's the whole family. The whole family's there. Yeah, you'll be on there too, mister, because this is my home. You know, we'll always see a family, okay? Because, mister, you're one of my treasures too. I can sense Maria's deep affection and trust.
I'm okay.
Significantly reduce the mag cost studying to heal your lineage. Nice. Wait, do you know how to make a sign, mister? Don't forget. It also has to have pretty pictures on it, or... I know an artist. Let's ask Duras. He's quite good at drawing.
Huh?
Is that the person who did pictures on your journey? Of your journey? I want to come with you. I want to talk to Mr. Nuras.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, come back soon, mister. I can't wait. I walked Maria home before returning to the group. Back to the Brilehaven Tavern. I hear a voice.
Interesting.
I'd like to know more about him. Alonzo comes to mind. Maybe I should talk with him.
I'm just
Hey, listen.
incredulous.
Alonzo.
Interesting.
I'd like to know more about him. Alonzo comes to mind. Maybe we should talk with him. We should talk.
Greetings.
Ah, well met. What are you up to? I'd like to hear about your journey so far. If you don't mind telling me, you have certain information I'd like to know about. Sure, I can do that. With outpouring of wisdom, I briefly outlined my journey so far to Alonzo. Ah, how very intriguing. I'm very keen to know more of these experiences. If you'd indulge me, have you some free time right now? No problem.
Yes.
Oh, you are marvelous. Thank you. All right, follow me. I know of a great spot. Alonzo asked me to tell him about some of the things that happened to me on my journey.
I see.
Aha, I see. Very intriguing. So, external force protects the candidates. For outsiders like myself, it's rather difficult to get a hold of accurate information pertaining to the royal magic and the tournament for the throne. The information is quite the weapon, you know. All the more reason meeting you has such a boon.
Understand?
In fact, if you really wanted to take down the other candidates, the most effective method would be investigating their families and homes for info you can use. Quite effective against blackguards who hide their misdeeds naturally, but outstandingly so against good, outstanding family folk. To threaten them? You don't mean to threaten them, do you? Aha, I know it's not in your nature, but still, not every weapon has a pointed end. A villain will always strike where it hurts most, like snakes, and those I associate with are usually the most venomous kind. Speaking of double, here comes one such associate now.
Oi!
How's the client situation looking? We've 20 at present, no delays securing their contracts. Arrangements have been made should any default on payments. Ah, so you're not all talk. You know, my lord, may have taken a shine to you, but let me make something clear. One false move, I promise I will play you live myself. Understand, calculus? Cuculus?
Ridiculous.
He's an underling of a landlord I'm working with. He's extremely cautious, exceedingly cautious as you might expect, and for some reason he still doesn't trust me. I can't blame him, really. So the landlord is my true target. He's a foul one. He's been trying to take advantage of the struggle for the throne to net a huge fortune. Ambitious torts all over the country are using the tournament to rise up in the world. And this landowner is their lender, turning tidy profits. I am his middleman. Of course, the landowner only lends because he knows he'll collect. So when he realizes he can't, why, that's an awful lot of money to disappear into the void. What do you mean?
Now then.
I'll spare you the details, but the man's money will end up in my coffers eventually. It's a curious thing. People are never more vulnerable to tricks than when they think they're playing one themselves. When all's said and done, it'll be his loss and my gain. And I do mean gain. Enough to buy a small village, really. Why do such a thing, though? Indeed, perhaps I could trust you with that. Boy, Alonzo.
Yes.
Don't worry, he's my confidence.
Listen.
Or he's in my confidence. That flunky you talked to earlier, he's snooping around the village. What? I gave him the slip before he saw me, but this is bad, Alonzo. If they find out how you're connected to the village, then...
No.
My hometown or not, there's no way they'll catch on to what I'm up to now. He'll turn up nothing and that'll be the end of it. We need to relax.
Yeah.
All the same, you should pack your things in case things go south. I'll bring you the money to stash soon. That lackey of his, I hadn't expected him to move so quickly. Even went as far as digging up my roots. What do you mean?
You...
If push comes to shove, I may end up needing your help. Your muscle, that is. I'm trying to buy my hometown with the money I'm bilking from the landowner. He's the one who's bleeding my village dry to begin with. I've got to make this piece of my deception succeed at all costs. It will save the whole poverty-stricken village.
Hey.
When are you free? How about you come check on the village with me? I've got a strange nagging feeling about all this. Okay. Sure, I'll go. Yes, of course. Thank you. I owe you. I can feel Alonzo's genuine gratitude and deep trust towards me.
Mother.
Reduce the mag cost of studying the faker lineage. My hometown's a small village. It's nearby. In fact, if it were up to me, we'd head there straight away. Alas, I know you have a schedule of your own. Even so, I implore you, please do not delay for long. I'll be waiting.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
We ought to proceed with caution.
I hear a voice. Perhaps the captain will lend me his strength. As me comes to mind, maybe I should talk with him. Oh my god, it's gonna be so much talking. We got a lot of stuff to catch up on, apparently. Perhaps the captain will lend me his strength. Let's try to get the assassin.
Ah, it's you.
Why, hello there. For all the time we spend in battle, it's good to rest our wings every once in a while, eh? I don't suppose I could ask you your help with something. I know I'm opposing, but you remember we spoke about finding a spot to lay my son to rest? I happened across a nice place the other day. Let's go right away.
Thanks.
You'll go then? In that case, I hate to ask, but could you teleport us to Martyra? Where to Martyra?
Ah,
Plenty of new graves, possibly victims of those dark doings at my castle. Perhaps my boy would find solace here, among many his own age. But it seems they don't cremate their dead here. I don't want my son feeling out of place being the only child here in singed pieces. Hard enough for a boy of his age. Shall we look elsewhere?
my thanks.
My thanks. I think we do well to check other options.
My apologies.
How about somewhere deeper in the forest, if you don't mind indulging me just a bit further? Seems a peaceful place at first glance, but it's not really so, is it?
No.
Pattering footsteps from beasts among the trees, the smell of animal waste. I can feel them eyeing us from the shadows too. Well, he'd not be lonely. That's one way of thinking about it, but the beasts do not understand the ways of people. Seems more likely to me that they disturb his grave. I think it's still too early to make a decision. I'd like to look at other places, other locations, if you don't mind. No problem. Okay, let's do that then.
My thanks.
I appreciate your understanding. You're certainly more patient than I was at your age.
The truth is,
All you Jeeves travel far and wide to find the perfect resting place. Some build an altar at home, some scatter the bones in the sea, some bury them beneath a great tree. That said, most simply bury their bones in the village's communal cemetery. After all that contemplation, they can come back to where they started. Those people used to irritate me to no end. When I was younger, I loathed their indecision and looked down on them for it.
but
As I got on in years, I came to understand some things. It's not so easy to overcome the death of someone close. That's why when you lose someone, you need time for that very hesitation. I've certainly found I do. Haste will not ease my woes.
even so,
That being said, this isn't your concern. You've already done more than enough for me. We can take our time. It's fine. We'll give it as much thought as you need. Are you certain? We truly are an oddball. Then might we take to the Gauntlet Runner again? This time I'd like to see somewhere full of open space. Maybe I'm just imagining things. What's the
What
matter?
happened?
no.
Looks like a place my son loved.
My son.
Looks just like a place. I think it was around the time he finally started walking. Even when he stumbled and fell, he always leapt right back up, all smiles. He'd chase bugs through grass far taller than him, laughing when he fell, bringing me flowers and pebbles clutched tight in his little fist. Even now, 'tis as he might burst out of the grass at any moment, beaming and covered in burrs. But I know 'tis just an empty fantasy. I know it's difficult. You've endured so much pain.
My apologies.
My apologies, I didn't mean for you to see me like that, but yes, this could be a fine place for him to stay. The silence is peaceful, and the wind is gentle. It feels the place wholly apart from the nightmare of our world. I'm sure my son would love it too. He always loved to run with the wind in his face, and yet... Something bothering you? Is there still something bothering you?
Truth is,
I just have one thing holding me back. The sweet smell of the wind. It reminds me of a faraway hill, the hill where my hometown lies. Why didn't we go there first? I've never returned, not once. I cannot imagine they'd be pleased to see me. A wind blows in my home, sweeter than any I've known. Let's go already. I'd like to go. We could go visit your hometown, Hesme. I wonder if my son would feel the same. I never gave him a chance to see my village before he died. There is no room for hesitation, especially for my son's sake. You deserve no less than have every option
I'm
considered.
in your debt.
Walking this ground with you, I find myself determined to return home again. It feels like something I never have realized alone. I am grateful our paths crossed. I can sense Hesme's extraordinary resolve in the depths of his gratitude. The aloof hermit Hesme, keeper and inheritor of the thief's virtues. Through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom. Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by their strength fulfill thy destiny.
I must come to a decision.
Party can now study the assassin. Very nice. Can now study the assassin in academia. Try seeing what new powers await you. Thank you for putting up my indecisiveness at least. Let's head to my village another day. Call upon me when you can spare the time. For today, let us rejoin our comrades. Alright. Let's set up the assassin real quick. Alright.
What now?
One strong character. Has my.
I see.
See what he learns. The Adept Thief archetype. The assassin can utilize skills that inflict the hex status or have a chance for insta kills to make felling even more powerful foes look trivial. Deals medium physical dark damage to one enemy, decreases their hit evasion for 3 turns. Steals a rare item from one enemy. The higher your agility, the higher your success rate. May inflict hex on all enemies. Deals heavy physical dark damage to one enemy. May one-hit kill the target. Increases evasion by 5%. Boosts increase further archetypes, same lineage or present. Increases evasion against electric attacks. Deals weak physical slash to one enemy 1 to 3 times. Absorbs MP. May one-hit kill the target. God Killer. Deals extreme physical dark damage to one enemy. High chance of one-hit killing target. Gunner, Mass Dancer, or Berserker lineages. Deals extreme physical slash damage to one enemy and removes buffs.
Fascinating.
Let's do it. The Assassin. This is the archetype you sense from Hesme's way of life. Its heroic embodiment is that of the Adept Knave, a shadow who robs the wicked of destiny, exposing their falsehoods to the light of day. 9,000 mag is required to channel the assassin for the first time. Would you like to your ally to unlock it? Yes, please.
I'm counting on you.
Yes, so I want to trust Hesme with this power.
Of course.
Then hear us, O valiant heart. By shared resolve and honored creed, take new form as an adept thief. Hear the voices of past heroes' souls. O worthy heart who tempers anxiety into strength greater still, if thou art prepared to embrace lawlessness and chivalry, in equal margin I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the thief. The pinnacle, the assassin. A life in shadow inevitably leads here. I will struggle onward for the sake of a world where all may live in peace. The assassin archetype has awakened. You can now change archetypes from the main menu.
Oh,
Well, I see the number of archetypes you studied has grown. I'm very pleased with my own research. It's coming along quite nicely, thanks to you. It's not much, but please take this as token of my thanks. Heroes fruit times
Steady
3.
effort is key.
Skill inheritance. What am I going to give to this guy? Increases one enemy's defense. Seems pretty. Maybe I'll just put. No, he has steel. That's a good question. What should I put on? Let's reduce defense, I guess. Oh, we got another Brigida. He doesn't need to come here any longer, and yet Brigida comes to mind. Maybe I should talk with her. We should talk. Get all the talking out of the way.
Ah, just you.
So it's you. You seem unscathed. I believe I made myself clear. You have no reason to come here anymore. But if you really want, if you insist on joining me on the road to hell, then there's a place I'd like to go. I'll go wherever you're going. With overflowing courage, I promised Brigitte I would face her burdens with her.
You.
Drakovich, you'd go to such lengths for me? Then will you come with me? No problem. Come this way.
The truth is,
The ones who took my dog, the anti-igniter extremists, the church has discovered their base. What's the church doing? What's the church's part in all this? Do you know the connection between the church and igniters? They make it so that we get along in the depths of this filth. Apparently this faction is based in a small village fairly close to Grand Trad. I'm going to go there and eradicate all of them. I will kill every last one of those extremists, no survivors, and once they get to hell, they can all look at my dog in the eyes and beg her forgiveness. I'll string their corpses up 3 days, 3 nights exposed to the elements, long enough for everyone to see what happens if you cross me.
right?
And I'd like you to help me punish them. In exchange, I'll support you however I can from here on. Oh, I can't accept. So, please think this through. Brigitte, I want you to think this through. You talk big, don't you? You had no desire to be king, yet you parade around as a candidate. You're little more than a fraud. Brigitte is suspicious of me. I need to tell her the truth, or she'll never fully trust me. I explained to her that I entered to take the throne, but to raise someone else who could forge a better future for our country. Ha, do you expect me to believe in that nonsense? And for you to speak such words at this point would mean your goal is seizing the throne is no lie, at least.
As it is.
Well, if that's how it must be, then I will spare no expense to see you fall. The throne ill suits a wretch who can look past the butchery of a dog. You would slaughter a village. With slaughtering a village, it'll be a lot of blood on your hands.
What are you after?
And what do you get with clean hands? The equality you prize so highly? I'll tell you what it means to me. Equality means that those who kill will be killed. I don't want to lose anything else I care about. I understand how you feel. What do you truly understand? I have no idea how much comfort you have no idea how much comfort she brought me, and they ripped that away from me, and you say I should just allow it? Fine, I'll not do something so unsightly in front of you.
In any case.
I'm going to their base, but I won't kill them right away. I'll find out who did this. I'll try to negotiate clearly and openly, and if that doesn't work, then I'll murder them. And we can move on. That's the most I can promise you. We'll take my gauntlet runner. Dangers of the night be damned. If it breaks down, so be it. You come as well and see for yourself. If you're going to try and drag me into the light, then you deserve to see what happens. She let me onto the runner she lives in, and we went to their base. Brigitte stayed silent for the whole trip. We arrived at a small settlement located close to Grand Trad.
Huh?
Is this the place?
You there.
Hey, you there. I'm Brigitte. I'm the scoundrel selling magic igniters all across the land. Oh, the igniter merchants again. Our village really doesn't have the money to buy any. I'm sorry to keep turning you away, but what are you talking about? Oh, aren't you one of the church's dealers? They keep trying to sell us igniters, but I keep refusing them. Ha. The church has been here several times. They've never reported that to me. So if I said the merchants of igniters should face the wrath of God, you wouldn't agree? Oh no, I wouldn't have anything to do with igniters at all. It's not something that ever really comes up here.
Really?
Hey miss, you sell magic igniters? Wow, brilliant. Papa, I want an igniter.
Enough.
I see. Say no more. This is no hideout. They know nothing. It's not something you can hide in a village such as this. I've been getting detailed reports on anti-igniter groups. movements from the church, but now I'm not certain such a force even exists.
If
If it was all a lie, then what does the church get out of it? To harass you? Maybe it's you they're targeting, Brigitte.
in any case,
Anyways, I take it back. There would be no killing today. If you hadn't stopped me, I'd probably have ordered my private army to burn this place to the ground. I'm glad you were here with me. I can sense Brigitte's deep gratitude.
I'm glad to have you at my side.
Receive a discount at weapon armor and igniter shops. You now get discounts from the weapon shops, armor shops, and igniter shops due to the effects of the old discount.
But
That's huge. Well, my dog was taken from me, and I'll chase the scum to the ends of the earth. This is my job, not yours. Our business together is concluded. I'd like to visit you. Still, I'll come visit you, Brigitte. What are you saying? What could you possibly gain from hanging around with me? Well then, fine, since it's you.
speaking of,
You mentioned earlier of your true aims for the throne. I thought it was a clumsy lie, but it does bring to mind a certain someone for me. After a king is crowned, it would be nigh impossible to put another on the throne. However, if my suspicions are correct, none could deny the claim. If you are willing to throw yourself into battle for that cause, then I shall support you all the same.
yes,
If you like to come, then come. When I'm around you, much to my surprise, I find that even I still have a beating heart. So come if you wish. I returned to Grand Trad and Brigitte's Gallon Runner and headed back to the inn.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Shall we?
Alright. So we have Hulkenberg and Maria and Barden. Oh my god.
now then,
I was really far behind. It would please me to continue our training. Hulkenberg comes to mind. Maybe we should talk with her. We should talk. Have you decided our plans for today? Even knowing we mustn't let our guard down, a breather might do us some good. If you have the time, shall we continue our training? You know, despite Stroll's little outburst the other day, he's been quite diligent in his training since. Jacob, you can't fall behind now. I want to train some more. But I recall our practice swords were broken. Shall we go and buy new ones at the capital's weapon shop? It would be a simple thing to teleport there, yes? I'm glad we found some sturdier sparring weapons. Hopefully they shall win me some measure of redemption for the other day, huh?
Listen!
On the authority of the Knight's Orders, your crimes shall be repaid with death. That voice, is that Rodant? You remember he's my former comrade that we met before? Do it. Hold. Well, if it isn't Hulkenberg, I'll ask you not to interrupt my duties. This is your duty? While Knight Commander presides over executions. It is only right. Those who would do this nation harm shall be punished. What is he accused of? What exactly has he done? Treason. This fool is a petty officer of the military police. Slandered the honor of the Royal Knights. Honor? What honor? The Royal Knights are of today. The Royal Knights of today are honorless. You've forgotten any oath to the throne. Now you're just dogs barking on command. You insolent, bring me a whip. Hanging is not enough. You cannot be serious. This insolence is why you would have him killed? This after all the trifling sinners you sent to the gallows? Righteous fury rings false from a hypocrite's mouth? Now die, dishonorer, writhe like the maggot you are.
Heed my words!
Treason's only reward is death. Therein lies atonement, whether for the knights or the people. They could kill me for any reason they liked.
Redanth.
Rodanth, this is beyond outrageous. You've authorized nothing less than public butchery. Maintaining the capital's order is the knight's duty. It is only natural that we punish those who spread lies.
You.
Have you sold your soul to the Sanctus? Were you blinded by the prospects you'd win by their coronation? It hardly matters who takes the throne, so long as the royal knights still stand to flank it. This, you see, is the role of one who has risen to the post of knight commander. One's burdens are different from those of freewheeling and frivolous, of those of the freewheeling and frivolous like yourself.
You cur.
You infinite coward, you poisoned toad, is this the shape of your so-called loyalty? Bold words. One would almost think you and your friends seek the hangman's noose yourselves. Try it, see what you... Wait, what did he say? Try, if that's what you want. Drakovich, no, something happened to you. I see your well peasant learned to hold his tongue. Pity stays my hand today, but there will be next time, Hulkenberg.
Tis wrong.
Power is not a tool to torment and kill the innocent. It is meant to guide the weak and vulnerable, that each and every one of us might live together in a better country.
Apologies.
Drakovich, I apologize to force you into my troubles again. He's the bad guy here. He's the one in the wrong here. Ha, all the same, I'm glad you were here with me. Who knows what would have happened had I been alone. Somewhere in my heart, I expected he might still understand me. I would count such blind faith among my weaknesses. Should it ever be me who strays from the path of virtue, I only ask that you remind me of my purpose under any circumstance. Can I entrust this to you? I can sense Hulkenberg's virtuous sense of purpose and deep trust.
You have given me some.
Increases skill inheritance slots for knight lineage to 2. More skills can now be inherited. Nice.
The truth is,
I am partly to blame for Rodanth's brutality. No, the day has already left me exhausted. We'll speak more of this some other time, away from prying eyes. The man behind Hulkenberg, I feel like I've seen him before. Back to Brilehaven Tavern. I hear a voice. I hope we meet again soon, Alonso. Alonso comes to mind. Maybe I should talk with him. I hope we meet again soon. Alonso comes to mind. Maybe we should talk with him. We should talk.
Greetings.
Ah, well, what are you up to? Well met. So, about checking on my home village. I was wondering if now was a good time for you to join me. No problem.
Goodness.
You will? Thank you. In full disclosure, I've also invited my collaborator. You met him before. Having grown up in the same village, we're as inseparable as brothers. I'd like to firm up our next steps and then head over.
Ridiculous.
This should do. The owner was kind enough to give us some space. My collaborator, that is, my good friend from back home, should arrive any minute now. He's late, and you've come all this way too. Come to think of it, I haven't really told you about where I grew up. It was a beautiful village full of flowers, not wealthy, not destitute. There was a cheerful tranquility to it. Apparently, I'd been abandoned on the nearby road as a baby. The woman who took me in as my mother, in all but blood, was my mother. She's Parapus, I'm Nydia. We couldn't look more different, but she raised me like I was her own. She never stopped smiling at me. She was always so proud to call me her son. What touching memories.
Well,
I suppose they are. Mother's a good person. She trusts far too readily, though she has this uncanny ability to know when I'm the one lying. Anyway, she has an easy mark for fraudsters. I can tell you how many times an expertly told sob story was all it took to rob her of everything she had. In fact, my only memories of her without a smile are the times she would apologize to me for having nothing to eat, tears welling in her eyes. That's why I started conning, you know? I decided I'd give any miscreant scum who'd take advantage of such kindness a taste of their own hell, each and every one of them. My latest mark is the worst villain of all, the landowner of my hometown, who changed my idyllic village into what it is today.
Sorry.
Sorry, that's more than I meant to say. We'll save your village.
Thank you.
I've been blessed with the silver tongue since I was born. I can fool anybody except my mother, you know? You're a little bit like her too, strangely enough. I'd forgotten what a nice feeling this is, being able to have a genuine conversation with someone, so thank you for listening. I can sense Alonso's deep-seated gratitude.
I find myself wondering.
Increased skill inheritance slots for the Faker lineage to 2. More skills can be inherited by the Faker lineage in academia due to the effects of Scion skill.
Hear me.
Is Cuculus here?
Well, well, well.
Why, welcome, good sir. Have you come to check on the clients? You could drop the act, Cuculus, or beg your pardon, should I say, Alonso.
Good grief.
You're from that village of paupers, aren't you? Did you fancy yourself some sort of hero with your little tricks? A cheat is still a cheat. We're the same, you and I, except you're more the fool if you think you'll ever get justice. You have money that belongs to the village, and I would see it all return to its rightful place. Is that not justice? Perhaps you'll change your tune after seeing the sorry state your village is in now. Your associate, the one you meant to meet here, it took some doing, but we managed to squeeze a few details out of him about your family. What have you done to my mother? Well, simply killing her wouldn't teach you any lessons, nor would it be any fun.
What did you do?
You can't change things. You can't save anyone. This one's on the house, boy. Drakovich. The distraught Alonso and I rushed by carriage to his hometown. We arrived at a village near Brilehaven that has been set ablaze. Man, he asked if Alonso's mother was here. Don't speak, mother. I'll save you.
Sorry.
I told him, that's me. You're my one and only son, and I love. Mother, I'm sorry. This is my fault. You always were so sensitive.
Oh,
Mother, can you hear me? Please say something.
Hey,
Landowner's servant told us it was you, that you were chumming up to landlord to suck this village dry. Now you put us to the torch. What the hell did we ever do to you? It's my fault. I could pay for the reconstruction. I have the money, so I'll give.
How dreadful.
You traded your mother's life for that money. I didn't. Keep your blood money, you filthy murderer. Wait, please take the money, use it for the village, and to bury her.
Devil.
The only one who belongs in the grave is you. Yeah, you should have died instead. Burn in hell, you damn parasite. No. A villain always strikes where it hurts most, at the family and home. I should have known. I said the damn words myself. People are never more vulnerable to tricks than when they're trying to play one themselves. I should have known. I was blinded by revenge. No, I was simply, unequivocally a fool. She told you to live. Your mother said to live on. You have to be strong for her. Why? I don't wish that upon me. I've been feeding on my mother's life this whole time. Just like the parasite I am.
I'm sorry.
I never had the power to change a single thing. Alonso refused to move and even to stand. After ensuring his safety, I had no choice but to leave his side.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
That means
Alright, now we're going to talk to more people. Don't feel anything right now, don't feel anything. I can do Maria and I can do Barden. So let's do Maria.
Mister.
I wonder if Mister would help me. Maria comes to mind. Maybe I should talk with her. We should talk. She's gonna be 10 soon. Mister. Is Mr. Nuraz there? Do you think you can help me with this? Make a sign? Let's go ask him.
Yeah.
Okay, my heart's already beating really fast. I'm a little nervous.
Aha!
Oh, a present you say, and no cheap trinket either, but one that requires my assistance to create. It's a lot to ask. Maybe it's beyond your abilities. Color me intrigued. You piqued my interest, so I must oblige. You really mean it? This design, I believe it's your work, isn't it, young miss? I am thus inspired. Such lively line work and vibrant colors. A truly innovative schematic.
Genius!
My girl, you're quite the budding artisan, are you not? This sign is sure to brighten up even the gloomiest avenues and grayest boulevards. Thank you so very much. And yes, I know I've got a fine cut of wood round here that was destined for this purpose. It should be crafted in a way that repels both rain and ravenous bugs alike, yes.
Amazing.
Wow, Mr. Nurse is really helping us. I can't believe it. I think you'll do a good job. I'm sure it'll turn out great. Definitely not a Mr. Nurse is helping. I hope it makes Miss Fabian happy. I didn't ask her before we started making it. I hope it won't be a bother. Ahoy, young lady. The sign is now ready to astound the people of the city. It should be installed at the optimum angle, so I need to handle that myself, certainly. To the honeybee.
Let's go.
Hurry, mister, let's go.
Now then.
I'll install the sign now, so step back and leave me space to work.
Wow.
Wow, it's so sparkly. An astute observation, little miss, but there's more to this work than good looks. She's built to last as well. I've outdone myself once again, and I'm sure you'll all agree.
Maria!
It looks pretty good, actually. Maria, have you returned home?
You know.
Look, Miss Fabian, I asked Mr. Nuraz to make this for you. He said the last song was too old, so do you like the one we made instead? Maria designed it herself. Oh, Maria, you did this for me?
Thank you.
Thank you, of course. I absolutely adore it.
Oh, good.
I'm so glad. It's a truly wonderful sign and so well built too. It's the perfect way for the inn to greet new guests. Just look at all these smiling faces. If he could see you now, why, he might even shed a tear.
Huh?
Oh no, Miss Fabian, are you crying? Hee, pay it no mind, dear. The sign is so bright, my eyes are just still adjusting.
You all.
Now then, how about a feast on the house, of course, to thank you all for this. You will come in and eat, won't you? Oh, of course. I wouldn't be quite rude to turn down free drink, would it not? It would be quite rude.
Oh, good.
I'm glad. It looks amazing. Your sign looks amazing, Maria. You did it great.
Thank you.
Thank you, mister. But it made Miss Fabian cry. Are people supposed to cry when they're happy? You're right. Miss Fabian was really happy, huh? Am I just like Papa now? You outdid him. I think you already outdone him.
Huh?
I'm not that good. You come back to help me again, mister? When you're here, I can do my best.
You know.
You know, when you give me pictures of your journey, I'm always surprised. I've never seen anywhere else except for this place and the sky. But your pictures always teach me about so many places on the outside. It makes me really happy and excited to look at them. I want everybody else to have fun too. I want to give that feeling to a lot of people.
By the way.
There's so many people around here that are always crying and getting upset. Even everyone is sad, in trouble, and lonely. Both grown-ups and kids, everyone is suffering just like I was. But I'm okay now. So I want to make things okay for everyone else too. I can sense Maria's kind determination and strong trust that she has placed in me. Rank 6. Increases skill inheritance slots for the healer your lineage to 3. More skills can now be inherited by the healer lineage in academia due to the effects of science merit.
I
want to make sure that boy is feeling okay too.
Maria!
Mia, could you come down here and help me serve the food? Ooh, let's go. I can't wait to eat. After sharing a delicious meal with Maria and others, I went back to Immerse, who was in a chippier mood. Went back with Maria and Immerse. Esme and Brigida. Let's do Brigida. I'm kind of interested in this one. Our world is filled with such senseless anguish. Brigida comes to mind. Maybe I should talk with her. We should talk. God, I'm so far behind on these. An Elven kid. You one lady's you one of Lady Brigida's contacts then? I am. I've been assigned to stand guard here. She told me not let anyone but an Elder kid through. And you're Elden. Sure as anything. No reason to turn you away. So come on in, I suppose. I didn't expect you to show up. You hear the criers?
Everyone!
The anti-igniter terrorist hideout has been burnt to the ground. Local village. A front for criminal fiends torched thanks to renowned igniter merchant Lady Brigida Lee Cowan.
This time!
Those fearmongers cried of the danger of magic igniters and planned to raid our royal capital Grand Trad once its people were unarmed.
Hear ye! Hear ye!
However, they have been brought to justice through the overwhelming power of magic igniters. 3 cheers for Lady Brigida, 3 cheers for magic igniters. There you have it. Burnt to the ground. What do they mean burnt to the ground? It says, the crier says, the entire village went up in a sea of fire. I didn't do anything. But the people I met then at the village, they're dead now.
Those people.
They were no anti-igniter group. It was the Sanctus Church, or rather those who perform its dirty work. They want the world to see that igniters are the only defense they have against the violence around them, and so they set a village ablaze to prove their point. And by taking my dog, they made me a tool in their scheme, making it look like the work of an anti-igniter group. They knew I would set out to slaughter those responsible. Even though you stopped me before anything happened, someone else raised the village and named me responsible. In short, this is a warning. From here on, they'll ask nothing less than total unquestioning obedience. What will you do? What do you plan to do now? Killing some churchmen won't change anything, not when the whole institution's rotten. The world is a horrific place defined by inequality and intolerance, and the ones who shaped it are the wealthy few who sit atop, in other words, the church.
In those days,
I had friends of my own when I was a child of poverty. Even through all the sludge and mire, we survived together, broke bread together. They all died slow. Starvation or torture took them. The Sanctus Church wheedles the strong and takes from the weak, their wealth and their laws. I remember holding their cold bodies in my arms. That's when I decided from then on, I'd be the one doing the taking. If the weak always die, if they'll lose everything, then I'd become strong. I'd be on the side that takes. I wouldn't let anyone steal what I had. I swore it. I threw my heart away. I threw away my heart, threw away my hope, and now I've clawed my way here, made myself an underling of the same church that killed my friends. And still, even once you climb out of hell, there's only a chance. There's only another circle of it waiting for you. It never ends. How far must I fight? How much must I take from them to ensure they can no longer tear things from my grasp? It'll be your head next, so I'll be the church's slave. I'll be whoever they need me to be. They can't hurt me.
It'll be fine.
They can't hurt me. I can protect myself, so you don't have to. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. With all you must have been through, how can you live a life like that and still believe in light in this world? Why won't you let me give up? Brigida's vulnerability and her desire to be saved bring pain to my heart.
Why?
Significantly reduces the mag cost of studying the merchant lineage. What's this one? Significantly improves exchange rate at the mag exchange. Seems the exchange rate at the exchange will improve further due to the effects of merchant's markdown. Drakovich, when you think of this world you want to create, what do you imagine there? It won't be hell. At the very least, it won't be hell. I see. Will all this finally come to an end? I wish I could have a heart like yours, strong and beautiful. I calmed Brigida down and waited until she fell asleep before I left the room.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oi there.
Oi there. Oi. Pardon, guy. There's something I wish to speak to him about. We should talk.
You've come.
Ah, you're here. Glad you're well. Ah, this means here is my aid of sorts. He's accompanying me. I've been enlisting all the help I can get. I just finished my rounds of the town, actually. If you've time to spare, could we talk? Of course.
Thank you.
Thanks. I've got much to tell ye, which is only natural when there are so many bothers about the place.
My apologies.
Make yourself comfortable. Let's see. I've asked for some refreshments, but that'll take some time. It's a bit heaving at the moment. This place is the city government's administrator's office, but it's a bit too luxurious for the likes of me, isn't it? I'm not used to that. Alright, sorry for all the noise outside. Trying to see some things to build and strengthen our town security, you see. We're trying out some things to build and strengthen town security, you see.
Don't you worry.
That whole mess with Lady Joanna was a right nightmare. I won't chance the faintest whiff of that kind of thing happening again. I support you. I wish you all the success in that. Thank you. I don't aim on letting tragedy repeat itself.
And then,
Too many good folk here lost loved ones. We gotta straighten this place out, make it peaceful so people can smile and laugh easy again.
got to say,
Now that I'm governor, it falls to me to take care of anyone who's disturbing that peace. But I'm sorry now. Didn't mean to start rambling about all these serious matters. What kind of host lays his burdens on his guests? I'll have some real eats whipped up for ye. We must fill your belly and celebrate the newly secured town.
don't worry your head.
Thanks to you, all the wee ones are playing outside again, blessing us all with the bonny voices of theirs. I never took a liking to being called governor, and I still don't. Only thing I care about is protecting those weans and all these townspeople. Job suits you. Well, you seem to fulfill the governor's clogs just fine. You could be well right about that one.
It was so long ago.
And you know something? I once had a wife and child myself. It was back when monsters were tearing up Martyra from top to bottom. The town was in shambles, and a hunting team was formed to destroy the monster's nest. The mission was a long one, and was I supposed to do? Just go home? I was captain, for goodness sake. So I stayed, and when I finally came home, no one was there. My family, I guess they got sick of waiting for me. They just left. I never knew just how cold that house could be until they were gone. And then came the incident with Lady Joanna, and so many weans started going missing, I didn't know what to do. I was useless. First I lost my own child, then I couldn't protect any of the others. Wished I could be the one disappeared instead of them.
No,
You can protect them now, can't you? Ah, you're right. Moping won't change the past. I can do my best. Do much more now than I could back then.
My hands.
I wouldn't let the weans ever live in fear again. That's my oath as governor. I consider us comrades, you know. Seeing as you're aiming for the throne, we both strive for a better world. I can't keep the truth from Barton when he shows such sincere trust in me. I explained to him that I entered not to take the throne, but to raise someone else who could forge a better future for our country.
What?
What? First the scheme has been at this, you play a long game, the lot of you. But thank you. You could have easily stayed silent about it, yet you confided in me because you trust me, yes? And I shall do the same. I support you, and any of you who envisions the same future as you do. I could feel Barton's resolve as governor and his deep faith in me. The Honorable Guardsman Barton, keeper and inheritor of the commander's virtues. Through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom. Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by their strength fulfill thy destiny.
I shall lay down my very life for the town.
The party can now study the general. Very nice. You can now study the general in academia. Try seeing what new powers await you. More skills can now be inherited by the commander lineage in academia due to the effects of science skill. But I'll tell ye, the children find me right frightening. They get scared if I say hello. Just the other day I smiled at a proper newborn who started crying like he was on fire. And to think of my governor duties is to be well friendly with the townsfolk. But you needn't worry, I'll protect the town you work so hard to save. It was nice to talk about the town with you today. I hope we can do it again, and I pray for your safety. Alright, let's change her into a general. Damn that Barton. It's disgusting watching him play hero. He's a bloody Rassant, fit for guarding the town and not else. Someone like him governing is beyond the pale. It should have been me continuing to guide us as the rightful leader, yet somehow the masses are cheering for Barton.
Aye.
But I have a plan to deal with it. Let us discuss the details inside. I decide to return to the group. Back to Brilehaven Tavern. Okay, wait, before we go any further.
What now?
Altenberg. The general. See what he got. So, the Adept Commander archetype, the general, extends his talents for positioning and inspiring allies to the back row, as well as gaining access to even more synthesis power defensive magic. So increases all allies' attacks for 3 turns. It's amazing. Deals medium physical ice damage to one enemy. May inflict frostbite. Ice dodge increases evasion against ice attacks. Moves all allies to the back row and increases their defense by 2 ranks for 3 turns. That's amazing. Deals medium magic almighty damage to all enemies. That's amazing. Deals heavy magic ice damage to one enemy. Inflicts a one-time weakness to ice. That's amazing. Deals extreme magic fire damage to all enemies. Decreases their hit evasion for 3 turns. Amazing. Deals extreme magic ice damage to one enemy. Amazing. Increases attack, defense, hit, evasion for all allies for 3 turns. Amazing. All allies recover 10% of their health each turn for 3 turns. Amazing. Deals heavy magical almighty damage to all enemies. Amazing.
Fascinating.
The general, this is the archetype he sends from Barton's way of life. Its heroic embodiment is that of the adept officer, a tactician who understands the battlefield, enhancing allies' abilities with masterful strategy. 11,700 mag is required to channel the general for the first time. Would you like an ally to unlock it? Yes, please.
I'm counting on you.
Yes, I entrust Hulkenberg with this power. Then hear us, O valiant heart, by shared resolve and honored creed, take new form as an adept commander. I hear the voices of past hero souls. A worthy heart who tempers anxiety to strength greater still. If thou art prepared to lead soldiers proudly into battle, then I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the commander. Impressive. So this is the power of the general. I will further support the squadron and lead us to triumph. I shall stake my life on the offer of victory to His Highness and to all. Such is my promise. The general archetype has awakened. You can now change archetypes from the main menu.
I've acquired a new power.
It just shows their hands. Okay. Talk to Esme again.
Apologies.
I have no one else to rely on. Esme comes to mind. Maybe we should talk.
Ah, it's you.
Well, hello there. For all the time we spend in battle, it's good to rest our wings every once in a while, eh? I've been thinking of the Yugi village. In some ways, there may have been no better place for my son to finally rest, but I've been away for so long, can't say if he'll still accept me. I'm practically a stranger now. Let's go.
Yes.
Right then, I suppose I'll stop wasting time dithering and get myself ready. The place is just to the east of Martyra. The village is hidden, so I'd prefer a quiet and careful approach by carriage. I'll guide us.
In days gone by,
Hasn't changed a bit. Yes, this is my hometown. Apologies for dragging you all this way.
Tadari.
Tadari, it's me, Hesme. I've returned and I have something to discuss. I've known Tadari for a long time. You say he's the leader of the village.
Just
Although I should warn you now that you'll not be welcomed here. You might feel some hostility in there. I'm used to that. Nothing I'm not used to.
apologize.
Ah, yes, the Elden experience, I suppose. Nonetheless, I do apologize. Esme, is that you? You're looking gray in the ears, my friend. Is it the years or any kinder to you, Tadari? I heard you left the Royal Knights, but it's good to see you again. Who is this? This is Drakovich, a traveling companion of mine. He's standing in a tournament for the throne. I'm the future king. Nice to meet your acquaintance. I'm the future king. Wait, is that why you've come back to the village?
No.
No, I came to see the cemetery. I'm trying to find a place where my son can rest. Ah, your boy's gone on ahead then. He passed away before I could bring him here. At the very least, I thought I might let him rest somewhere with a view of the village. He loved running with the wind in his face. Surely I thought he'd like the hill. I know it's not something the villagers would easily accept, but...
Yes.
I see. Well, it sounds like a wonderful idea to me. But you know, the cemetery is sacred to the village. I fear you might be right. I'm not certain how they'll respond. Would you allow me to take the urn? I imagine that seeing it will prompt their cordiality, if not sympathy.
Please.
All right, thank you.
Here.
I always used to train here when I was young. But look closely and you'll see this tree is riddled with claw marks. I know because it was my claws that left them. Brings back memories. Of course, having shaken the trees, I'd get a swarm of bugs coming down on my head, and of course, I'd go whinging to Tadadari about it. Adorable. So even you were a cute kid once, huh? Having trouble imagining it? The villagers are here. They watch us from the shadows. If you focus and listen, you'll hear them too. He didn't leave voluntarily. He was stripped of his knighthood, wasn't he? And now he wants his children buried here. The boy wasn't even born in the village.
Oh,
Do you hear that? Not very welcoming. Sounds like you're not welcome here. Exactly within my expectations then. If they just decline, let's withdraw without a fuss.
Heisman.
I've explained the situation to the younger villagers. Seemed like nobody had any problems with giving your son a place here. Indeed? Thank you. Master Tadari. The urn of bones, it's gone. What? What is the meaning of this? A fallen knight brings shame to the village. I hear a voice from somewhere. Tadari was just too afraid to refuse him, that's all. Show yourself. Stop hiding and show yourself. I'm sorry, Hesme, I cannot excuse the villagers' behavior. The village hasn't changed a bit, still rejecting outsiders, still shutting themselves away. Maybe I should have expected this. I left this place behind. I became an outcast. Maybe losing my son again is what I deserve. Still, you stood before me. You spoke in anger on my behalf. And in that is my soul's salvation. I can feel Hesme's profound sorrow and strong trust.
My thanks.
Increases in each stats to 2 for the thief. Shall I search the village entire? No stone unturned. Doubtless the intruder would only provoke further offense, but I haven't time to waste. You have my sincerest apologies. I shall take responsibility and find Aaron as my duty as chief. No, as one who would see justice done. There's none ease in the village. For today, I think it's best you leave. Very well. Hesme and I return to the city in silence.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now I'm gonna kick his ass for stealing my son's ashes.
All right.
Alright, we got all that done. I think that's a pretty good stopping point for today. It's pretty late. I woke up really late today. I'm gonna try to get some sleep tonight. So we'll do a better stream tomorrow. We got a lot of talking out of the way today, so the next stream we should have a bit more action. Maybe we'll get go inside the dungeon and check things out. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a like, share, subscribe, and follow. It really helps the channel out a lot, and I appreciate it. And helps support us. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.